I'm so happy that we are doing this before season 2 comes out because there's so much shit I do not remember. Like I have notes and I have questions from what I've watched. And it's like I should know the answer to some of these questions, but I don't. Like I do not remember. So I'm so happy we're watching it.
I know, and I think I mentioned last time. I realized how much little details that I'd missed from the first go around that were quite integral to the storyline. Then
Yeah.
I forgot so much.
Yeah.
Now, boys, before we jump into today's episode, I do want to ask you guys that, like I mentioned before and quite briefly today, that I'm going in to get all four of my wisdom teeth extracted. Um, I can't remember. I think I asked you guys before. Have you guys gotten yours out? Right, a
Yes.
long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Hayden, you said.
Yes.
And for both of you, was it 2-1, all four, or what was it? Do you remember? Oh no, of course you remember. But do you remember where you guys were under, or was it local anesthetic?
I got all four taken out because I had to get it done before I got my braces put on. Because
And it was one go.
They did it all in
all
one
four.
go, and it looked like I got in a mad. Actually, it was not before I got my braces taken off, but it was during that time. I got it done when I was like 17, I think, and it looked like I got in a mad fight. I had such bad bruising, and I was out for a week.
Oh fuck. Okay.
That was me. My brother got all four of his done, and he was eating steak within 2 days. He was fine. I was like,
Luke is a monster. I don't
yeah.
know.
So, and I don't remember, but I remember telling you the story where I had like the hallucination of being eyes in the back of my throat, seeing the surgery happen
You're right.
through my
Yes.
mouth, and then I couldn't drink. I couldn't stop drinking, so they gave me like a juice box afterwards, and I had only the muscle control to slurp. I couldn't stop. I couldn't tap it off, so I just had to keep drinking.
What, you were drinking out of a straw though?
Yeah,
That's the one thing they tell you not to do now, which is because the action of drinking a straw, it will create pressure that could burst the stitches. So I'm still not quite sure what my meal plan is going to be for the next few days. It's going to be mush, I'm sure, but I hope I have more of a Luke recovery than a Hayden recovery.
yeah.
I think you will. Hayden, is Luke a hockey player by chance? Because he sounds like one.
Yeah,
So
sounds like he's into those.
for me,
Hockey
it
players
was,
don't have teeth,
yeah, it was
so
all four. Yeah. That's how you can tell you're a hockey player. Yeah, when you smile and there's a gap somewhere. Me, I got all four done. They put me under. I remember just waking. You know what's really exciting about when they put you under is like trying to get to zero. You know what I mean? You're like,
Oh, they do the
they do like
countdown.
the countdown,
Right.
and just really, you think like you think like, oh yeah, like let's see how far I can go, and then you wake up. You know what I mean? It's like,
do you remember
it's
what
like,
you got?
oh shit. No, I remember laying down, strapping the thing on, probably nodding like, okay, countdown, like okay.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
My recovery
sorry, go on.
was fine. No, I was just saying, yeah, with the straw, even when I got it, I think because they like smoking. I was smoking cigarettes at the time, and they were really like, "Oh, you shouldn't smoke for this long after getting it," because they're worried about you getting like it's called dry socket. So you have to like keep gauze back there. But certain things, like what you want to do, Shao, is whatever they recommend to not get dry socket, you want to do that because you don't want to deal with dry socket.
Right.
But no, it was. I remember like it wasn't a terrible recovery. Of course, you're swollen. I did start to get a little bit of pain, probably after about 3 or 4 days, like more than I had at the beginning. But I realized that I should have been taking Motrin, because once I started taking Motrin, because I was taking something else thinking it would help, but I found Motrin like really kind of took the pain away, and it was fine.
Motrin, okay.
But it was like,
That down.
yeah. But when I didn't have it, like it was not pleasant. But you know, I mean, it's not bad. It sounds like Hayden, you had it pretty bad.
Oh, I had it so bad. I had to
Like,
I
it sounds
swallowed.
like that doctor, yeah, it's fucked you up. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I ended up. This is a horror story that probably won't happen to you, Shao. But I had so much. They had to dig so
It
deep.
could though, but probably won't. You know, it definitely could. A
Growing
1
up-
in 20 chance.
I ended up throwing up like bile because I had swallowed too much blood. Because my my wounds were bleeding so bad. So, but that's because my teeth were like growing like this, like sideways into the roots of the rest. So they really had to like dig in and like really rip it out. So I had just 4 massive holes and a ton of gauze and a lot of blood. That's why I was out for so long. Whereas my brother, his teeth were already crowning, so they're like, there they are. Pull them out.
Yeah, I have 3 that are crowned, and then one that's
Hey,
like
a Shao.
under. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, why are you, like, why, like, it just feels late. You know?
It is late. It is late compared
To
to.
get wisdom.
Yeah, you're supposed to take them out around when you guys
Like most people have it done
17.
when they're earlier, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, totally. That's what the dentist said. And then the last few years, I've had some inflammation and stuff like that because there's one tooth that is kind of a little bit crooked, and so it's easy for stuff to get stuck back there, even if I use water picks and floss and whatever. So he just advised that you don't need to, but if you don't want these flare-ups happening in the future, might as well get them out. I'm like, okay. And he said, there's 3 that are crowned. You can get those. We can, if you want, you can might as well take the 4th one in case later it causes you any issues. I'm like, okay, we'll just get them all done at the same time. Whatever, who cares? But now I'm just a little bit because But now I've never done that before. I've never gone under before, and so I kept asking people who have what the sensation is like. I think my sister-in-law said she had to do that when she was for her wisdom teeth or something like that. But yeah, she said she remembers feeling warmth running down her arms and legs, and in a good way. I remember her saying that it felt very nice, and she fell asleep, and that was it. And then she woke up, and it was done. You know, so I think the whole process of it might be relatively quick, but I think it's just the recovery part of it is just the dreadful part. But yeah, because I don't want local. I don't want the needles in my mouth. I don't want to feel or hear any chiseling and the hacking and all that stuff. I'm not good with that.
Have I got stories for you? so last week, I had to get fillings put in because I've got what's called cavity bombs. So you don't actually know you have cavities in your teeth because they've calcified over the top, and then it basically just deteriorates on the inside. And I hadn't been to the dentist for a while, and then I finally got my benefits, and I went, and they're like, oh, you've got 2 that we'll need to attend to like right away, and then there's a couple more that you can wait for that. I go in on Tuesday, and it's Alex's aunt is the hygienist, so she was there, and she's like, all right, we're gonna do all 6 today. I'm like, what, there's 6? Jammy with needles, didn't even realize, but he was like so my whole freaking mouth was numbed up, and then they just went to town, drilling and scraping, and like they showed photos afterwards, and I was like, holy crap! Had old ones in there, and it had continued to go like deteriorate around the old fillings, so they scrape it out, and I was just like, holy crap! Well, I'm glad I got that done, and I'm glad I have insurance because it was not cheap.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But now I've got like the sandiest mouth still like a week later. I'm like, if you see me like doing this, it's because my teeth feel weird.
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, I was literally like, had to meditate in the chair because I was like, I'm not even keeping my eyes open for this. Just focus on breathing.
Oh yeah.
It's good times.
The dentist is a contentious issue between Kate and I, because Kate is so good at oral hygiene with brushing and flossing, and I'm okay, you know what I mean? I'm not perfect. When it comes to flossing, I'm usually good at it, like before I see the dentist and for a little bit after, but there's kind of like a gaping hole in between where maybe I'll do it every once in a while, you know? Anyways, so every time we go to the dentist, and we go every 6 months, and it's like, she can't wait to ask me like what they said. And for whatever reason, maybe good genetics for my mother, my teeth are good. I don't need fillings, no cavities, everything's fine. And they'll say to me, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, oh, okay. But when I tell Kate this, it bothers her, because she looks and they'll be like, oh, like, you know, you should really do this or do that. And so I it's always this funny thing, because I'm like, well, you know, babe, like, I would like to do it more and be, you know, more active on the flossing and brushing more regularly, but, you know, my dentist and hygienist told me to just keep doing what I'm doing. So
Yeah, now you're giving her pointers. Like, maybe you shouldn't floss as much. You know,
yeah.
Give her your regiment.
Yeah, but you know, like, that's, you know, that'll probably catch up to me one day, I'm sure. But it's just this funny thing that's been going on.
Well, I think it's just really important to keep good oral hygiene, or else your teeth will probably one day fall out. Now, that being said, welcome back.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one this week.
It was
really good,
Chummy Thumbs, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going into episode 3, 4, and 5 of Amazon Prime Video's Fallout. Again, this is something that Justin and I have watched before, but Hayden, maybe some of you guys as well, are watching it the first time, getting ready for season 2 that's coming out in, maybe, is it a couple weeks now?
Or rewatching for season 2. If you've already seen it and you're waiting for season 2, it's worth it's got big rewatch value for me.
Definitely. Now, I'm gonna hand it off to one of these guys who probably remembers episodes 3, 4, and 5 a little bit more than I do, because I watched it last week. So, who wants to take over? To just a very brief to catch us up on where we are on the storyline.
So the big thing in 3 is obviously episode 2 left off where she had to cut the head.
Yeah.
She's got the head. Ghoul catches up to her. Maximus, I can't remember. He's taken over as Titus in the armor suit. He gets sent to new squire, which turns out to be Thaddeus, which is kind of a chum of his back at the camp. And Lucy loses the head to a sea monster. Anyways, and
the radioactive lake.
And at the end, basically the end of episode 3, she's being held hostage by the Ghoul. Maximus and Thaddeus have the head. Right? That's sort of the arc of episode 3. 4 gets into the Ghouls, where I think that's what it's called, the Ghouls, isn't it?
Yep.
That's up at the title,
yeah. So she's still held hostage. I think, does Maximus come clean to Thaddeus in episode 4?
He does, yeah.
About who he really is. And oh gosh, when you run them so close together, I remember where 4 ends and 5 begins.
Is for end
but
of
basically
four,
we're left off. We're kind of left off. If we take it all as a whole instead of just trying to break it up by episode.
We're
kind of left off where Lucy saved the Ghoul. The Ghoul sold her off for these vials, because we've learned now that these Ghouls, if they don't take this chemical inhaler that he's been having or whatever this drug is, they will turn feral. And ghouls turn feral, they fucking will eat anything, and they're savages. So he's been living off these for like probably like 200 something years. And so he goes to sell her off. She ends up escaping. He's passed out because he's dying because he hasn't had this medicine. She leaves the medicine and she ends up with Maximus. And they're on the hunt for Thaddeus, who has the head. So that's kind of like the overall story of them. And then the vault, which I can't for the life of me remember, is Lucy's brother and her cousin / bang partner have went to Vault 32, and they found that, hey, the Raiders didn't kill Vault 32. Vault 32, something had happened. People had went crazy. They were killing each other, killing themselves. And the Raiders got in somehow, and they find out that they used Lucy and her brother's mom, who's been dead, her bit boy, that thing that's on their wrist, to unlock the door from the outside. So like we have this huge cliffhanger in the vault. Like we thought we knew what the vault was. Lucy goes into the outside world. She's learning what the outside world is, all while thinking the vault is this happy place. But we're finding out, wait a minute, there might be more going on here. And even episode 5 ends with her and Maximus falling into this medical facility, and they wake up, and Maximus is like, "Where are we?" And she says, "The greatest place ever," or whatever. We're in a vault. So it's really interesting. We're kind of left with, we're in the middle of a series. We're still getting like a lot of questions are not being answered as much as they're being raised to the audience. So.
Right, and you're starting to learn a little bit more about everyone's past, and how the past is shaping out to how.
We also learn that there's been like a second fallout. So there was the Second Great War. So like Maximus he's like, "Oh, the bombs dropped when I was a kid," and she's like, "No. What is like the 200 years of history before that, from when the bombs first dropped?" So there's and then we find that, what is it, Shady Pines or whatever, the above ground settlement that they
I think that's what it's called.
started, and then it got blown into a big hole in the ground. So yeah, lots of things raised halfway.
So you know what's
through.
interesting? And there was one question, and I don't think I picked this up the first time I watched it. But we're getting all these obvious questions. Why is it always somebody elected from Vault 31? It can't be because of a slogan for 70 years, It's like, oh, interesting question. What happened to Vault 32? Question. All these sort of obvious questions that are being posed. But I really picked up on something that Lucy said to the ghoul this time around. And I thought, fuck me, that is the ultimate question for him. And she said to him, "How do you live like this? Why keep going?" And I never really thought about that the first time I watched it. Why would he keep going? If he's been around, if he was there from the first war, and we know that was 200 something years ago, so he has survived that. So let's say even if he lived for 30 years as a human somehow with radiation poisoning, whatever, that's still 170 years he's been a ghoul. And we know from this, he's got to keep taking that medicine to keep from going feral. So like, why this long? And that's really like that question really hit me this time around. It's like, what is his purpose? Why not just blow your friggin' head off? Why not just let yourself go feral? Why fight through all this and live in this world that he's clearly mastered how to live in, but is an awful, awful world?
Yeah.
Why is he still going?
I think that maybe to give myself props, I predicted that he was the thumbs up guy. And he was. He was the slogan for the guy. But maybe because he was from a world before when it was good, and he wants to see it through until it's on its way good again. That's one way of doing
But
it.
what's he doing? What's he actively doing to try and make the world better?
Oh, he's not doing anything to make it better. I'm just saying he maybe wants
So
to
that's
wait
what I
and
mean.
see.
So why? But
Unless
do you think that's it though? Really? Do you think that's a very strong motivation for somebody to go 200 plus years? Like, I just want to see the world be a better place again.
it also depends on how
And I
long
don't
he
mean that.
was. Yeah.
I don't mean it facetiously. I just mean it like really. Like, what do you think? What do you think's driving him?
Yeah. I mean, he was. How long was he buried underground for? We don't really know that. And they had
Well,
the
it sounds like they bring him up every once in a while or something.
Yeah.
They're like, they went and dug him up. Maybe they were keeping him alive. Yeah, maybe somebody was torturing him.
Maybe his wife and daughter are still somewhat alive.
That's the.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only motivation I feel like he
Gotta
would
be,
have,
right?
because you have all these flashbacks about how loving he is with his wife and daughter and stuff like that, and I think obviously they mean a lot to him, but I can't imagine that they're still around. I don't know.
Unless
So,
cryogenics have been invented and we don't
Right.
know that, and they're like frozen somewhere.
And also like it's one thing, I guess, if you'd have to know they're around. And also with the time being that long, like people don't live that long unless, yeah, I guess you said like there's a way to cryogenically freeze yourself, or maybe they're living off meds too. But I mean, to me, like it's got to be something like that, because what?
Yeah.
But why would
you
they
keep
still
going?
be alive themselves after 200 years? And I can't remember if I should know the answer to this because I've already watched this season.
yeah, yes.
You know what I mean? I'm like I hope we haven't found out yet. I'm sure we probably have, but again, this is why I'm so happy we're rewatching it, because there's you forget so much, and then before season 2, it's like, oh, season 1 recap. They can't possibly pack all of this good, storytelling into a 30-second clip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, with only three episodes of this season, we're not any closer to Lucy getting to what's her name, Moldava. We don't even know where that is. They still have to get the head back. Maybe get the power cell back for the knight's armor. That's another question I had. So obviously the vault dwellers know about the knights, which I'm like, how would they know if they're shut off from the outside? But they obviously learn about some history of the above world, because she knew about the model. She knew about the war was it Anchorage? So there was something happening up in Alaska. So that
Yeah,
that
there's
was like,
a lot of that is interesting point. I guess they check the surface for radiation levels and stuff like that. So yeah, they must have some sort of access.
kind of like in Paradise where they send out a crew to assess what it's like on the surface and then report back.
Well, yeah, and what do you think? Like, and again, I know I should know the answer to this, and it drives me crazy. But what's the deal with Vault 31 and 32? Like, do they do experiments on people in Vault 32? Is it a form of population control? Like, because somebody from Vault 31 always wins, and they're shuffling. They've obviously cleaned up the mess up and they've hidden what actually happened in Vault 32. But, the brother and the bang boy know. And the audience knows, but when the rest of Vault 33 shows up, it's cleaned. It's different. And they talk about, yeah, we're going to move people in here.
I find it funny that they didn't clean it up like right away. They just kind of left it there to be a grave site for for like 2-3 years or whatever he said.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a buyer registration or whatever in 2 years or whatever they said. And they're just like, yeah, just leave them there.
Yeah, like there's a lot of I would say there's more questions about the vault than there is about the outside world. The outside world is obviously, you don't know what they're going to run into. There's that, but like it's kind of simple. Like they got to find the head. At some point you got to imagine that they're going to have to come head to head with the knights. Um, something's got to happen there, and he's made a promise to Lucy now. Maximus has, but you sort of like you have a general idea of where the story needs to go. How it's going to get there, you don't know, but you know they got to get the head. All these three people are trying to meet. Stuff's going to happen, but the vault for me is more like you thought you knew something, and it's just been completely turned inside out. Now you just have no idea what to think. Like that's kind of where I am with the vault.
Yeah, I'm more intrigued.
Like, do you think there's a vault 31? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like maybe there isn't, because if nobody's seen it, they've all heard about it. And then even when Lucy's brother asks, was it Carol, the girl who got finger banged so hard she
Went in the labor.
her water broke? Yeah. um, but even she was a little bit shady about it when asked. Like you could tell the question kind of caught her off guard, but then you could, you know, she played it really well.
They got better
But
mashed
I thought
potato.
she did a good. It was a great acting moment though of her, where you just for a brief moment you saw it like, oh, that question was unexpected, but then it went like right into like a, you know what, a good deflecting answer.
Have we even seen the Vault 31 door yet?
No, we've seen
No.
to 32 and to 33.
Because they've got that diagram of that it's a triangle of vaults, and I'm still put off by how many people are actually in their vault system, because it's got to be enough, because their ultimate goal or whatever it was to be able to repopulate enough to settle the surface, which is why Lucy was so distraught when she found out that they'd already done it. They'd already attempted to resettle.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's our entire goal, was to do that. And then of course the Raiders came in and killed what looked to be like 90% of their vault, and but I mean, maybe that's just the way they have to do it on the show. You don't really know how many people there are, but there's obviously enough to split it up, because they are then redistributing the population into the other vault. So maybe it's just,
Maybe
budgetary reasons.
Maybe that's how it is. It's like, okay, vault 33. Oh, we got to move some people to vault 32 now. And then vault 32, it's like, okay, we got to move more people from 33 to 32. 32. Yeah, just move on to vault 31. But that's just like outside. It's just like,
see you later.
And they just send people out in pods. Okay, good luck.
Yeah, we've run out of supplies for you. See you later.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
No, I don't know. Yeah, there's just so much, and I know this. God damn it.
It'll come
don't.
back to you
when you see the episode. You're like, oh,
so much of this stuff
yeah.
hasn't though. It hasn't. It just hasn't.
Yeah. It does feel like I'm watching it for the first time.
Like, such a good show that I don't remember anything about it.
There's just so much good TV that comes out,
Yeah.
But like one thing I really remembered was the lake monster.
The little axolotl.
And then when that happened, like in episode 3, I was like, oh, that happened already? Like I wasn't expecting that to happen so soon. And then kind of
I thought that was
really like, even when he traded her off, I was like, oh yeah, he traded her off, but I don't remember what's gonna happen in there. And then the robot, I liked how the robot seemed so caring at first, and the ghoul had cut Lucy's finger off in a beautiful moment of revenge.
I forgot about that too.
You know, she bites his finger off, and he's like, oh, okay, just grabs her hand and cuts her finger off. He's like, I think that's the most honest interaction we've had yet. Like, so like, okay, you take my finger, I take yours. Anyways, so then when he trades her, to this place, she doesn't know for what, this
super duper bot.
AI bot, like puts a new finger on her and is so caring. And then she's like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, and it's so nice and bubbly, the personality. And Lucy's like, "Oh, I thought, thank you for taking care of me. This feels great. Oh, I thought I was being sold off to be a sex slave." And the robot's like, "Oh no, gross, or that's bad, or whatever. I'm just gonna harvest your organs." And then like pulls out this giant circular saw. I was like,
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
the
I
way
do
that
not remember
the
that. That
robot
was so.
talks. It's like so. It's like a
Yeah, you
you're
knew
right,
something was gonna
caring.
happen. You're like, okay, yeah, you just knew, right? It's like this is like this. This feels too comfortable that something bad is gonna happen. One thing that I really liked that happened is that moment uh, with Lucy. I think it's the end of episode 4 after the ghouls, where she escapes the robot that we were just talking about, and takes the 2 stoner guys that are kind of in charge of this organ harvesting operation, but not at all because they're tough and menacing, you know. Um, but they have all these ghouls trapped in various stages of being feral, and when she escapes the robot, she's like, "I want you to release them." Like that's her demand to them, like free these ghouls. And you're kind of like, oh, she's still so fucking innocent.
Yeah, so
Like, come on,
righteous.
Lucy, when are you gonna
Yeah,
figure it out? So right, not even righteous, but just like I believe she truly believes, like when somebody uses the word righteous, to me, I hear that and it's like for their own self.
Mm.
They're not doing it from a place of wanting to help, but more of like, look at me, like I'm helping people. And maybe that's wrong, but that's how I interpret it nowadays. Anyways, I guess that would be self-righteous. So, anyways, but and then she goes, all of them. Got my terminology correct now, people. Just never mind.
I love the fact that you self-correct it and the moment
yeah,
the self-discovery of that was very beautiful. Anyways, go on.
yeah. Shows you my multitasking. I can talk about something, but I'm thinking about something else. But then she says all of them, and there's some in various stages, and we really only know this Martha one when we first walk in. And you can see she's about to break, but she keeps saying to herself, "I'm Martha." And it's almost like that's her mental. She's been fighting it, and like that's all she can do to keep that little bit of her alive before she goes completely feral. And so Lucy says, "I said all of them," and the camera shows, and it only shows Martha. And of course, they're like, "Oh, I don't know if you should do that." They hit the button, and then you see like there's 3 other ones that come out and look at her. And of course, they go nuts and start killing everybody that's left. And then Lucy and Martha have this moment where Lucy's really trying to reach out to her, still trying as Martha's slowly approaching, like, "I'm Martha." Obviously, she goes to attack Lucy. Lucy's forced to kill her. And then it's like after that, the next time you see her, when she reappears from that, she's like, boom, the door's open, the lights on her. It's almost like this hero shot. She's got, we're used to seeing her in this blue overall, right, of the vault. It's like the iconic vault suit, but it's like down, the top's down around her waist. You see the blue. She's got the white, tank top on, like a little bit of blood. Like she just looks like, okay, I'm fucking ready to deal with this world now. Like it seemed like she had that moment of like, I get it, I can't trust anybody. But then later she has that really honest moment with Maximus. And then it's almost like she falls back into her ways with the people on the bridge. I was like, come on, Lucy. Like, I felt like we just had this moment. And then, because when she even shoots the cockroaches off Maximus to save him, like, it was like there's no hesitation. And then she was just like stomping the one on the ground. Like, anyway, so I really liked that moment. But I'm worried that the other part of her is still going to win a lot of these battles.
Do you guys happen to know, or I don't remember, how long she's been out of the vault?
She does say to Maximus, she's like, I've had a hell of a week. So I'm guessing she's only been above ground for like a week.
Yeah, she's seen a lot. So I think in that you're right. I think that her journey outside the vault has a lot of eye-opening moments. You know, that I can't remember what episode it was when her and was this 2 or 3 when they run into that guy who's living in the middle of nowhere who wants in episode 3 who wants water, right? And just
isn't that the first
all
episode?
That's the first episode?
If it's just Lucy, yeah, where he's like, I keep putting sand in my water filter and it's not working. That's from the first time. She's by herself.
Right. I think she literally had walked out, and then she's walking through the desert for the first time, and she stumbles across that guy.
Well, just to think about all the things that she's gone through in a week, like that, just seeing someone that's outside of the vault and kind of sketchy and whatever, and learning that, you know, water is not very accessible anywhere, losing a finger, going to the market where, you know, there's a shoot off, meeting the ghoul,
seeing that leg screwed onto somebody,
almost sawing his head off, almost being eaten by a lake monster, when she's as bait by the ghoul. It's just I think that week has definitely transformed her into what Justin has just described.
Don't forget,
badass kind of.
She had to make the ass jerky too.
She had to make the ass jerky. Oh, and she had to kill her, like, almost cut her raider husband's face off, even before all of that.
Oh yeah. What a week.
You know what? Okay, what do you think is a crazier experience? Here's like her first experience with the outside world, or that guy who is living in that house, his experience with her. Because she comes in and she's like friendly, doesn't know any better, like, oh hi, like and this guy's like, oh, like, hi. Like, and she's like showing interest and talking to him, and he's, you know, I don't know, I just thought it was funny, and then asked her for water, and like, yeah, you can have some water. Like, oh, okay. You know, like, he's probably like, that was probably as much of a shock for him as it was for her to see him.
Well, yeah, because
I guess maybe they've heard of vault dwellers.
Yeah. And she was learning a lot real quickly, because he's like, if someone offers you water, you drink it, all of it. She's like,
even if you're not thirsty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did want to mention quickly I found it interesting when you look at our society now, right? So the vault dweller's golden rule is a commandment from the Old Testament. Yet they don't, and maybe it's the showrunner's choice to not bring any religion into this world. But I'm like, why would you use a Bible verse but not actually know that it's a Bible verse? It's not like there was 2,000 years where we were like, oh, this is a story of Jesus, and then only 200 years and it's completely lost. Like, no one remembers that this is from a religious book.
What is it again?
It's like the do unto those what you would have.
You wish you do done unto you, or something like that. It's pretty much like treat others how you want to be
treated. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Which is why she comes out, gives the medicine to the ghoul, because she's trying to teach him a lesson that, you know, because he's like, my golden rule is, or whatever it is, it's just like, get out of my fucking way.
And I mean, ironically, I mean, that saying really goes hand in hand with her biting off the finger and then losing one of her fingers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's also what I wanted to bring up. Justin, you're always saying how you really dislike how, like, bad dudes will monologue and they won't do what they say, and then it ends up being like a plot hole sort of thing. This is the first time I've watched it, and I was like, this ghoul character is fantastic, because he is no nonsense. Like, he is cause and effect. It's like action, reaction. No, like, he could have had his finger bitten off and he could have slapped her or shot her or tied her up and tortured her, but he was just like, you know what? Give me your finger. Fuck off. I was like, yes, this
Yeah,
is literally
there's no
like.
hesitation.
So I was like, oh, this is great.
So-
This is exactly like what Justin wants in characters, but they never give us.
It's so true. I never thought of it like that before, but that's probably why I do appreciate it so much. And I wonder if that's as well, like, was he like that at year 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, 100, 130? Like, at what year did he, like, do the full crossover? You know what I mean? Because there's definitely probably that moment, because just the little bit of backstory that we have of him before the first bombings that went off, he seemed like a nice guy. He had a great family. He's all that. Like, somebody doesn't just instantly become like that, right? So it'd be really cool to know the journey that got him to that point where how he is now, where it's just like survival. You're by yourself, man. Like, you're by yourself. And if you're with somebody, you're not with them for real.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
he
no,
was
he is
telling-
no nonsense. But Lucy's not giving up on him, man.
No, and I guarantee they'll be back.
He sees because he does have good in him. What's the point of giving him all this backstory that he's gotten if he's not a character that you want to cheer for, root for, like, know that, like, there? I believe there's still good in him. It's just it's buried so deep.
Yeah.
And I think Lucy sees it too. Because even, like, there was one moment in one of the episodes, I think maybe it was in the town where they were doing the stare down. Yeah, it was when she went on that big thing and gave him that logical reasoning, like, well, if he's the bad guy and you're the good guy, then because you're the good guy, you shouldn't do anything bad to the bad guy. So that means if I even let this down, that I'm good, that you should be good and that I'll be bad. She goes into this big, long, logical reasoning why, okay, you shouldn't hurt him though. And he just has that look in her eye, like, it's almost as if, like, one, like, I can't believe she said that, but two, like, somebody having that sort of, like, compassion and empathy for somebody in this world, like she has.
Have they met? I really don't remember. Have they come cross paths since the organ harvest place?
She took all the just when she leaves, he's passed out there, and she drops him the vials to
Those vials, right? And then
he
he
goes
also
in
gets
and-
more, right? Because he goes
Yeah,
in
he
the,
gets
the
up.
center, he gets like a crap load. So I mean,
Yeah.
technically, I don't know if it hit him the fact that, pretty much, I guess Lucy saved him, like, prolonged his life. Without her, he probably wouldn't have, without those few extra vials that she gave him, and then having the strength to go back in and getting more, and he's like kind of set, right?
Yeah.
So I
Set
don't
for
know
life
if
now.
yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
that will then
Yeah. Another 1,000 years.
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't know I don't remember if next time they cross paths, if that's something that he will carry with him, or just being a ghoul, he's just like, okay, well, he should have killed me in a chance, that kind of thing. But I think him being a main character and all the flashbacks of showing that he was good, he'll come around, obviously, right?
I was gonna say,
That
it
should be
feels
obvious.
yeah, it feels like all of this, even though there's strained relationships between all of them, they're kind of all mix matchy. Like, you're getting the feeling that they're building up these characters that ultimately are probably going to have to come together to some extent, maybe, or will, you know what I mean? Like, just because, like, I don't see any of them as the main antagonist in the show. Like, even though they might be at conflict with each other for different reasons, like, I don't feel like they're not ultimately going to end up on the same team.
That makes sense.
That's how I feel. Because I feel like there's much more information in the vault that we got to learn about. And the fact that the Maldiers coming and taking the dad, like, who is she? What do they know? Like, what's really going on between the inside world and the outside world? Because there's more of a relationship there than I think the audience knows at this point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's still a lot to sort of figure out because obviously people know about the Brotherhood of Steel, but we don't actually know what their role is in the the outside world. Are they peacekeepers? Are they? I mean, they do mention it briefly, don't they? That when Maximus,
they say
they're in charge of gathering old technology so that no one else gathers old technology to use it. So they're kind of But in a sense, are they then? Yeah, are they policing?
Policing.
But are they the military across? And then who are the raiders? Are the raiders there? Are they like rebels? You know, and are they actually meant to be the good guys? We still don't know because we don't know what Season Nuts Doctor put in his head. Like obviously some information about the old world.
That's a good point. One thing I can say is that I'm really happy that that's nice show, that
that's staying in. The microphone's actually caught that.
I'm really happy that season 2
I don't. That's like the first time it ever was recorded.
Yeah.
I do it all the time, and this time got picked up. Fuck. Anyways, sorry. Go on.
Such a big sneeze, Shao. Bless you. Bless you. I'm so happy that immediately, we have all these questions and we know some are going to get answered, but we also know that season 1 is going to end with probably more questions, but immediately season 2 we can get right into season 2, and that actually really excites me.
Yeah.
It also is, I mean, I also got caught up very, very quickly before we wrap up, and we do also have to mention the giveaway stuff too. But the US or the United States.
Yeah, thanks for volunteering for that.
Hey, the only reason I've never talked about it is because I have not actually used those products yet, so I can't talk about them, having never used them. Hence why I can fake it. But anyway, I'm guessing the US and probably, well, unless they built a giant wall to keep people out of the US going down through Central America, South America, and but when we're guessing Canada got affected by it too, if there was a Battle of Anchorage.
I think Trump finally finished it in 2046. The wall.
Well, there you go. Kept all of the radiated
Sorry,
people.
some jokes just don't land. It could be.
The delivery was not the greatest,
Frozen,
my friend.
That's why.
That's why. But I'm just saying the landmass is so big, and we're only on the west coast, so we don't know what the hell happens on the east coast. Is there a Brotherhood of Steel on that side? Is there a different, mech warriors over there, or marines, space marine things over there? Who knows? Infinite possibilities.
This is a little bit paradisey, in a way. There's a little bit of a parallel there, kind of thing. That being said, we are pretty much we're left off with, as Justin said, a lot more questions. We have 3 more to go, and next week we'll be doing episodes 6, 7. Oh God, I said it. 6, 7, 8.
You only said it because you paused.
I could
6, 7.
I can't avoid that. I should have said the last 3 episodes.
6 and 7 and 8.
You don't realize how much it actually gets said now until it's become a thing now.
Oh yeah, I'm guessing your kids do
honestly,
it all the time.
I get called out on it so much. Like, oh, you had to do it, didn't you? And I'm like, what? Oh fuck. It's just numbers come next to each other. It happens. Like,
I know. So before we wrap up, we do want to touch up on the fact that we do have a giveaway that's ongoing, and it's for Sound spatial audio earphones, and these bad boys are valued at about $250 US. So if you want a chance to win these are ones I use myself, and if you want a chance, you can email us email us at chummythumbs@gmail.com with this week's code word, which is what, Hayden?
Oh, I got nothing. Oh,
That's what it is.
I was gonna say
You
two
could
words. I
do
was
a letter. You could add an H at the end. However you want to spell it. Code word O.
Oh
email-
no,
email
it's gonna
us.
be jerky.
Oh, okay, jerky. Okay, so email jerky.
Oh, jerky. Oh, it's
Oh,
gonna
jerky.
be jerky for the code word.
Oh, jerky. Email
One
us
word.
with the code word jerky at chummythumbs@gmail.com for 5 entries into a random draw, and we will send you. We have 3 to give away, so we will send you a pair of these bad boys. So, without further delay,
You're an asshole. Is that shot across the bow?
I didn't even get that. I was like, oh wait. I thought he was just being clever.
It was very clever.
Very clever.
All right, guys, join along for the rest of our Fallout discussion, and as we count down the days till season 2 comes out, and
Are you
until next
are you
time.
gonna finish are you gonna finish it? Sorry, are you gonna finish it right after the show? Or are you gonna do it tomorrow after?
I'll probably not tonight, but yeah, the next couple days for sure.
Enough said. Nice.
Yeah.
Don't do it when you're straight out of surgery because you probably won't remember any of it.
Yeah, I'll have to rewatch it again
You're like,
Yeah.
for a 3rd time. Yeah, exactly. Well, gents,
All right, folks. Until next week.
yep. Keep
Keep
on
on
thumbing.
thumbing.